This is a video from within the old city of Jerusalem. It's a big walled city, an old fortress. Just give you an idea of what it's like from here. We're actually going to walk out to the garden tomb, the tomb supposedly where Yahshua was buried. And just a few hundred metres from there, if that, the crucifixion site, Golgotha. More about that in a minute as we head there. Now this will probably take, I don't know, maybe 7-8 minutes. This is the ground we're covering. Actually taken a couple of minutes just to walk through some of this old city. Now the whole thing's absolutely massive and it's just this rabbit maze of streets everywhere. It's part of the Via Dolorosa, the supposed the Stations of the Cross. There's 7 taken from the Bible and another 7 put there by Catholic tradition. So with regards to that, say no more. It's obviously a tour group. Anyway, let's get out of here. There are a number of entrances. We're going to be going through the Damascus Gate. And we're essentially going to cross the road. And once we do that, go up the road about 100 metres or so, hang a right for about 50 metres, and we're at the garden tomb more or less. I've actually been staying in the old city the past few days, and after a while it does your head in. Constantly people trying to coax you into their shops, people bumping into you. The kids here seem to have a bit of a problem, seem like standing on their phones. Accidental, but it's like they just don't know, they don't care. They just rush around blindly. I've had to pull a few of them up. Yeah, you see this stuff everywhere too. It's one of the more fat people here. That's not like it. So it just never stops. Again, this is more like it. About another minute or so we'll be out of here. Obviously this wouldn't happen in Australia. God, I'm gonna choke on his fumes. Damascus Gate. There it is, walking out of it. There are a number of gates around this walled city. Now check this out. Look at that. Don't know if you can see it, my screen's black. But the city was just built on top of itself time and time and time again. I'll come around a bit more. There you go. The thing being, to have a look, street level's all the way up there. Walking up here, there's a guard tower there, guard tower there. Apparently a couple of weeks ago, some Jews and some Arabs got into a bit of a brawl here. The military were there. I don't know if you call them military or police, they look the same. Anyway, apparently they were there within seconds to break it up. But the street level now, entrance to the old city. More about this in a minute once we're at the Garden Tomb and more importantly Golgotha execution site. Righto. Crossing the road. And until recently, until I moved into the old city, I had been living just out the back of that joint to try and make out the walls of the old city. So Arab part of town, obviously. I don't know if you can see that vein up ahead, two flashing red lights. That's essentially where we're turning right to go to the Garden Tomb. Hot as. For those of watching that aren't Australian, as is the... G'day mate. Gee, that was a bit weird. Anyway, as. It's the great Australian exclamation mark. Whenever Aussies put as. G'day mate. Whenever Aussies put as at the end of a sentence, it's an exclamation mark. So when we say it's hot as, just interpret the as an exclamation mark, meaning it's really hot. Righto. Should be seeing a sign for it very soon. There it is. At the very top it says Garden Tomb. And that doorway is the entrance. So this is just to give you some perspective with regards to where the old city is, where the execution site is, and also where the supposed tomb is. Empty tomb that is. G'day mate. Oh hang on, hands free. Good on you mate. G'day again.
Hello.
Just making a video for everyone back in Australia. There's Yimmy, I think that's her name, top chick. Yanni, I think it is.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Can you stop for a second?
Why?
Because I want to know what I'm filming for.
Oh, okay. I'm from Australia and I've got friends of mine that are interested in coming to Israel. And I just thought letting them know just how close this area is, the tomb and the crucifixion, in proximity to the old city. So essentially it's just letting them know how close everything is and the comparison.
Well, it's because usually we ask not to film during the day when other people are all around because they prefer not to be filmed.
Yeah, well, I'm not filming anyone else.
Okay, very quickly, very shortly, because usually people ask when they can film and special
Yeah.
permission, and they come early in the morning for the
Yeah,
filming.
because I've been here quite a few times now.
I just didn't see you.
Yeah, no, I've actually been here. I've been here. It's Yimmy or Yanni or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's a few that I know here, and the lady at the gate. I know you have got something up saying that you can't do it for professional purposes,
Yeah.
which this isn't.
Uh-huh.
This is for my
Okay,
family and
fine,
friends. Yeah,
fine.
I appreciate you
don't-
asking though.
Just don't film people.
Yeah, no worries. All right, thank you. Yeah, stand your ground. What fat income. Bit of a delay in the video. People don't want to be filmed. What is it about people that think they're bloody special? Oh, can't film me. Oh, don't take my photo. Who are you, mate? Who the bloody hell do you think you are? God's sake. Pardon the pun. Righto. Oi, Skull Hill. There, Golgotha. Apparently in Latin or something, it's translated as Calvary, but place of the skull. I don't know if you can quite make it out. There's two eyes there where the nose had been, and you can kind of make it out still. But apparently, part of it fell off during some snow or some ice years ago. It's actually an hour of bus stop now. Interestingly enough, some old photos from back in the day. Now, what's funny is that coming here and looking at everything, it occurred to me that even though Calvary is depicted as being on top of a hill, I'd started to think to myself, yeah, I don't think that's how it went down. Because when you think about it, the way he was whipped and so on and treated, and then carrying that heavy cross, and then to come out of there and to supposedly walk up this hill as well, I mean, highly unlikely. But as pointed out to me too, this ground used to be a lot lower, going back to what I was saying before with the coming out of the old city. Over the centuries, over a couple of thousand years really, the ground has been built up. So this ground was actually a lot lower. It used to be a quarry, and apparently people used to come here and get stoned, not drug stoned, but like have rocks thrown at them by other people. And apparently this is where it was. This is where he was crucified. And it kind of makes sense too, because as they say, the Romans like to do their brutal acts as deterrence to other people. So if you have the city just over there, which it is, the old city, the main road down that way, people walking past would see it. And typically the bodies would stay on the cross as well. But of course, they asked for Yahshua's body to be taken down, which it was, and placed in the tomb. And as we all know, 3 days later, the tomb was empty. Which is quite interesting too, because if the tomb wasn't empty, everyone's talking, going on about Christianity and, is it really true? Is God real? And so on. The fact of the matter is all they had to do was produce a body. They couldn't do it. So they came up with all these conspiracy theories, oh, I wasn't really dead, and then in the tomb, the coal there in the tomb, he came to life, and he kind of dug his way at the back, or wild dogs got him and took the bite. It's all garbage, But anyway, more than likely, this is where he was crucified, and from here, it makes sense that the burial's just a short distance away. Funnily enough, when I first came to Israel and I heard about all these supposed places, I'm thinking, yeah, right, mate, that was a long time ago. Highly unlikely, but I've got to say, there's something about this place, it kind of all fits. Like, for example, they say there was a garden. Now, back in the day, garden didn't necessarily mean flowers. It also meant like agricultural type purposes, and there's a wine press. We'll go have a look at that soon, where they crush grapes, so more than likely there would have been vineyards here. But everything about this place fits. Now, is it the actual tomb? Who knows? Who cares? But it fits. However, in the old city, they go on about the Holy Sepulchre or something. They supposedly put a church over the place where Yahshua's tomb was. You can go down in there, and to me it's all idolatry. It's all idol worship. It's all a load of garbage. Besides, they never buried people inside the city. They buried it on the outside of the city. It just fits. There's the wine press. They haven't excavated it properly. No doubt there's more here. And then you come down and around. There's the tomb. The supposed tomb. And if you go in there on the left hand side is a preparation area where they prepared the body before burial, so to speak, before being entombed. And just on the right hand side, the direction where that bloke's looking, there's 3 spaces against the wall where 3 bodies could be laid. One on the side opposite, one on on the right hand side, and one on the wall just as you walk in. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That's interesting too. YC apparently stands for Greeks did it, Jesus Christ, and XC apparently is Alpha and Omega, the letters of the Greek alphabet. I may have got that round the wrong way, but you get the drift. I think that is what they found, obviously not from that tomb, but they found in the area. And there's tombs everywhere here. I mean, I've walked around myself, around Jerusalem and the hills, and you're just seeing tombs everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Anyway, for those of you sort of curious about how everything fits in regard to the old city, the execution place, and subsequent burial, there you go.